Hi there, you're watching Nightline and I'm Liyana Hassanel. The top stories. Government ready to strengthen laws against racial incitement in Malaysia. And Jalan Masjid India SAR operation, JBPM halt diving attempts. The headlining story. The government is prepared to strengthen the country's laws in order to tackle racial incitement in Malaysia. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim has warned that authorities will take stern action against those seeking to cause disharmony among the people.
Andai kata ada mana-mana kelompok kecil yang bawa hasutan kaum ke arah keganasan dan kebencian dan permusuhan satu sama lain, saya tidak peduli apakah disenangi oleh media antarabangsa atau negara luar. Tugas kita ya selamatkan negara Malaysia tercinta ini.
Anwar said this in his National Day address in Putrajaya on Friday, which was attended by 7,000 guests, including civil servants, educators, student representative councils, police retirees, and non-governmental organizations. He expressed concern that certain quarters might downplay the issue of racial incitement, using it as a pretext for their own agendas or merely to gain popularity. He also reminded these groups that they can fight for what is right, but they should not belittle or insult any ethnic group, religion, region, or state. The Prime Minister also said that Malaysians should use the National Day celebrations on Saturday to strengthen national unity. This was because the nation's independence was achieved through the collective strength and unity of its people. Meanwhile, Anwar has described the mishandling of the Batu Putih issue as a form of betrayal to the nation. He said that despite the government's acceptance of the International Court of Justice (ICJ) ruling, no nation would willingly cede territory without a fight.
Mana ada negara di dunia yang melepaskan kawasan dengan mudah? Negara-negara berperang, kehilangan ribuan nyawa hanya untuk mempertahankan satu wilayah kecil.
He added that this is why the Madani government agreed to establish a Royal Commission of Inquiry, RCI, to determine what actually happened. The government will then present the findings in Parliament and allow open debate on the matter. On May 23, 2008, the ICJ ruled that Singapore had sovereignty over Batu Putih, while Middle Rocks, situated less than 1 kilometre from the island, belongs to Malaysia. On another matter, the Prime Minister has urged the Education Ministry to emphasize on mastering science, mathematics and English to support the development of the country. Anwar said that mastering these 3 subjects is very urgent due to changes in the curriculum, which now include new fields such as artificial intelligence, green energy transition, digital technology and social media.
Maka anak-anak di sekolah harus ditunjuk dan diberikan galakkan rangsangan dan asakan supaya lebih berminat dalam bidang matematik, sains dan bahasa Inggeris. Kemudian menjurus pendidikan mereka dalam bidang sains, teknologi, kejuruteraan, digital dan artificial intelligence. Kalau tidak, kita ada gedung-gedung besar, semiconductor, Infineon dari Jerman, Intel, apa saja sebut di Pulau Pinang. Tetapi anak-anak kita tidak cukup terlatih.
He explained that mastering of the subjects among students should go hand in hand with the use of the Malay language, besides stressing on moral issues that include good values such as respect. Diving attempts in the search and rescue SAR operation for the Indian women who fell into a sinkhole on Jalan Masjid India in Kuala Lumpur last Friday have been halted. The decision was made after the Malaysian Fire and Rescue Department, JBPM, determined that it was too risky to continue using this method in the SAR efforts. JBPM Director General Datuk Nur Shaul said that the department had identified several risk factors, including strong underground water currents, limited space for rescuers, and the presence of debris and hard blockages in the search area.
Selepas kita berbincang secara taktikalnya dan berdasarkan kepada maklum balas kepada dua orang yang kita masuk dalam tadi, saya dapat konkludkan bahawa ianya terlampau berisiko untuk kita cuba meneruskan usaha secara penyelaman dan juga secara fizikal cuba mengesan mangsa.
He added that divers made several attempts from Thursday afternoon and early Friday morning to break through the blockages. However, it was found to be extremely difficult to break the solidified fats, which are like concrete blocks. The space was also very narrow, and divers had to lie flat to enter. Nur Hisham also said the SAR team also deployed 2 underwater cameras in the search area, and the images captured included fragments of cloth that could not be identified. Meanwhile, a source close to the rescue efforts said a self-propelled float robot from China, equipped with cameras and able to get into tight spaces, would be deployed during the SAR operation. On August 23rd, the victim, identified as 48-year-old G. Vijaya Laxmi, who was on vacation in the country with her family, disappeared after she was swallowed by an 8-meter-deep sinkhole. After 8 days of searching, rescuers have yet to find any signs of the woman, apart from a pair of slippers belonging to the victim. In Pulau Pinang, the Prime Minister was asked about the possibility of tourists expressing worry to visit the country's capital following the incident. Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim said there is no such need, considering the efforts undertaken by Kuala Lumpur City Hall and other related agencies concerning the matter.
Tanah mendap tu dah di-establish dengan geotechnical study, tak ada masalah. Saya lari lalu, cuma kawasan yang dianggap perlu diperkukuh kita buat segera. Dan ingat Bandaraya, Dr. Zaleha pantau cara teliti tiap hari.
How is Malaysia's science, technology, engineering and mathematics STEM education strategy driving foreign investment and economic growth? And how are recent policies and partnerships tackling the skills gap and supporting industry needs? Money Matters with National Tech Association of Malaysia PCOM Chairman Ong Chin Siong this Saturday at 5 p.m. on TV3 and stream on Tonton.
Sultan of Selangor, Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah, has reminded all citizens to take responsibility for fostering harmony and unity without poisoning minds with negative elements, especially those related to the 3R issues, which are race, religion and royalty. Sultan Sharafuddin said the royal institution is above politics and the monarchy must not be dragged into political disputes. In his National Day message, the ruler said any form of criticism or feedback concerning the monarchy should be communicated through the appropriate channels and should be done so prudently. Sultan Sharafuddin also called on politicians to refrain from engaging in politics of hate, a trend he noted is still prevalent despite his frequent appeals for unity. He also said differences in terms of race, religion and political beliefs should not prevent Malaysians from being loyal to the country. Instead, such differences should be used to foster a united and pluralistic society. Sultan Sharafuddin added that a patriotic spirit, tolerance and mutual respect must continue to be instilled in the younger generation, manifesting in strong unity, enduring harmony and freedom from negative elements. The Royal Malayan Navy RMN has appointed a private company to conduct the salvage operation of KD Pendekar that sank off Tanjung Penyusup in Kota Tinggi, Johor last Sunday. Defence Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Khalid Nordin said that RMN has completed the initial work but will leave the refloating and salvage work to the company.
Dan memastikan peralatan-peralatan, maklumat-maklumat yang sensitif apa semua dalam keadaan yang ada tak hilang dan sebagainya lah.
Speaking at an event in Kluang, Johor on Friday, Khalid also said that a full report on the KD Pendekar incident is expected to take a month to complete. The Navy vessel sank last Sunday after it struck an unidentified underwater object. All 39 crew members were safely rescued before the ship was completely submerged. A special investigation board has been set up to determine the cause of the incident. Zhuhai Cosmex Battery Co. Limited Company, a global manufacturer of consumer lithium-ion batteries and power lithium-ion batteries, plans to invest 1 billion ringgit to build its first manufacturing plant in Kulim, Kedah. According to the Malaysian Investment Development Authority, MIDA, the project is expected to create over 1,000 jobs. MIDA said the new facility will be constructed in several phases at the Kulim East Industrial Park, with groundbreaking expected to begin in the fourth quarter of 2024. The 1 billion ringgit investment clearly affirms Malaysia's position not only as a preferred investment destination for tech-based companies, while helping to solidify Malaysia's position as a key manufacturing and services hub for ASEAN and Asia. The new plant is also expected to provide a stronger boost to the electrical and electronic supply chain and semiconductor exports. Police have nabbed 36 people in raids on a swingers ring which lets its members swap partners and take part in group sex. Bukit Aman CID Deputy Director, Deputy Commissioner Fadil Marsus, said the syndicate, headed by two men, a Singaporean and a local, is believed to have been operating since early this year, promoting its services online. After surveillance and intelligence gathering beginning in June, the Criminal Investigation Department, along with relevant agencies, including the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, raided a condominium unit in Mont Kiara at about 8:30 p.m. on Sunday. Fadil reported that 34 people aged between 19 to 41 were detained in the raid. Among them were university students, civil servants, a French citizen, a Chinese citizen, a Nigerian, as well as individuals from the Czech Republic and the Philippines. Further investigation led police to raid a condominium in Puchong, where a Singaporean and a local man believed to be the ringleaders of the syndicate were detained. Various items were also seized, including sex toys, mobile phones, computers, and cash. It is understood that the syndicate held swinger get-togethers in different condominiums to evade the authorities. On top of organizing swingers events, the syndicate also uploaded pornographic videos and photos to their website. Investigations revealed that the ring has some 147,000 subscribers, with each customer being charged 388 ringgit to become a subscriber. Meanwhile, participants would have to pay 400 ringgit to join the swinging sessions, or 350 ringgit if they attend with a partner. Six killed as weakening typhoon churns through Japan. News from the foreign front when we return.
Duyung berhijab, tawan keindahan syurga lautan.
Amik ni bukan hanya you tengok mereka bersiap sebagai kostum yang cantik. Macam mana kalau jadi sesuatu yang emergency, you kena akan belajar rescue. Selam renang ni banyak yang kita belajar.
Dalam you buat Muay Thai, dalam you belajar self-defense, you also buat fitness.
Start betul-betul saya nyanyi umur 8 tahun. Kategori yang Umay menang sebenarnya kategori yang Umay tak expect langsung menang. Jangan lupa saksikan Umay di Nona TV3.
Kalau drama lain, selalunya sibuk dengan konflik cinta.
Awak tak yakin yang saya cintakan dan sayangkan awak?
Keluarga. Aku nak cari anak aku! Dan adik-beradik.
Jangan biadab dengan ibu,
Tapi drama ni ada isu dengan Pontianak mengganas. Kat Amerika, ada ke Miss Ponti? Slot Cerita Rama setiap Sabtu di TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Onto the foreign front. Typhoon Shan Shan weakened to a tropical storm on Friday, but it was still dumping heavy rains as it slowly churned through Japan, triggering transport havoc and landslide warnings, with up to 6 people killed. The storm, which at landfall was one of the fiercest to hit Japan in decades, pummeled Kyushu Island on Thursday, with gusts of up to 252 kilometers per hour. However, it eased to 108 kilometers per hour on Friday as it moved up the archipelago. It was also reported that 8 people were seriously hurt, with many injured by broken glass after the typhoon smashed windows and ripped tiles off roofs. Almost 200 buildings were also damaged by the typhoon. The Japan Meteorological Agency has issued alerts for possible landslides in many parts of Kyushu and as far away as Shizuoka on the main island of Honshu, the Tokyo region, and nearby Kanagawa. Coastal towns and cities in India and Pakistan braced for a rare August cyclone on Friday, as heavy rains and winds forced authorities to close schools and evacuate thousands. According to India's Weather Office, a deep depression had formed over land and was likely to intensify into a cyclonic storm, moving northwestwards over the Arabian Sea in the next 2 days. In the state of Gujarat, authorities reported 3 additional deaths overnight from rain-related incidents, while more than 8,700 people were evacuated from 10 districts over the last 24 hours. Whereas in Pakistan, schools in the largest city of Karachi were forced to close due to the heavy rain. The extreme weather also caused a landslide in the northwest Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, which hit a house and resulted in the deaths of at least 12 people. In Thailand, water levels are set to rise in the Khao Phraya River due to floodwaters from last week's flooding in the upper northern provinces. It was reported that the Chao Phraya Dam barrage in Chai Nat released 1,300 cubic meters of water per second on Thursday. The barrage is designed to adjust and gauge water levels in the Chao Phraya River Basin downstream waterways, impacting Bangkok and the Central Plains provinces. Due to the swelling of the Yom and Nan rivers, 2 of Chao Phraya's tributaries, the barrage has had to increase the rate of water discharged. Among mitigation measures being taken are diverting water to irrigation canals, but authorities are reassuring Bangkok citizens not to panic as the situation is still under control. Thailand's Antigraft body on Friday said it was investigating 44 members of the disbanded Move Forward party, following a complaint seeking their lifetime bans from politics for backing legislation aimed at amending a law against royal insults. Among the 44 under investigation are 25 current lawmakers of the People's Party, Move Forward's latest incarnation and the largest party in parliament. The National Anti-Corruption Commission, however, said no charges had yet been filed and not all 44 would be summoned. This comes less than a month after a court ordered the dissolution of the Popular Move Forward party due to its campaign pledge to amend the law that protects the powerful crown from criticism. Israel's largest military assault in 2 decades in the occupied West Bank has entered its 3rd day, killing a local commander of Hamas in the flashpoint city of Jenin. In the early hours of Friday, 3 people were reportedly killed after Israeli forces attacked a car in the village of Zababdeh, south of Jenin. The Zionist forces said its army had killed Wasim Hazem, who it claimed was the head of Hamas in Jenin. Meanwhile, Hamas has confirmed the death of all 3 men, who it said were members of its Al-Qassam Brigade's armed wing. The Israeli military claimed that it was targeting members of armed groups, but it was reported that they were deliberately attacking refugee camps while also destroying roads and infrastructure. Palestinian health officials stated that at least 20 people, including children, have been killed since the Zionist incursion started on Wednesday. Amin Burhanudin clinches first victory. Actions from 2024 Paris Paralympics after this breather.
Diving deep into the business world. with expert insights and in-depth analysis.
The latest trends and developments shaping the country, region and the globe.
Key insights into finance.
On Money Matters.
Every Saturday at 5 p.m.
on TV3 and stream on Tonton.
Mereka di barisan harapan merawat anggota tercedera ketika tempur.
Company perubatan para ini adalah sumber moral kepada anggota-anggota yang lain.
Mampu diatur gerakan dari udara, laut dan darat.
Anggota company perubatan para, kami perlu mempunyai satu tahap kekuatan fizikal yang mental yang tinggi.
Company perubatan para, episod istimewa Hello Doktor sempena Hari Kebangsaan, Ahad ini 5.30 petang di TV3 dan stream juga melalui Tonton.
Sports now, the 2024 Paris Paralympics. National para swimmer Muhammad Nur Shaul Zulkifli did his best to finish 6th in the men's 100 meters freestyle S5 final on Friday. Nur Shaul showcased his competitive spirit, recording a time of 1 minute 16.60 seconds. Earlier, Nur Shaul secured his spot in the final after finishing 4th in the second heat with a time of 1 minute 16.82 seconds. Still on the 2024 Paris Paralympics, national para shuttler Muhammad Amin Burhanudin claimed his first victory after defeating Thailand's Siripong Timarom in the men's singles SL4 on Friday. Amin, however, was forced to battle hard before securing a 21-14, 22-20 victory over Timarom in the Group B match. The 31-year-old will now be hoping for a loss by India's Sukant Kadam, who defeated him on Thursday to boost his chances of advancing to the semi-finals. In the boccia event, Abdul Razak Abdul Rahman was still unable to secure a win in the men's individual BC4 category. Razak lost 4-6 against Yulian Chobanu of Canada in his second Group C match. The 21-year-old will face Ukraine's Artem Kolinko in his final group match on Saturday. Despite a strong performance, archer Nurjanathon Abdul Jalil fell short of reaching the top 8 in the women's individual compound event. Nurjanathon was defeated by world number 4 Sarita of India, who won with a score of 138 to 124. Turning to badminton, the 2024 Korea Open. Two national doubles pairs, Perlitan Amtina and Chen Tangji To Iwei, brought joy to the Malaysian camp by advancing to the semi-finals on Friday. Top national women's doubles pair Perlitina fought their way to defeat Taiwan's pair Tang Chun-soon, Yang Chu-yun 21-19, 21-15 in the last 8. The world number 9 duo, however, have a mountain to climb in the semi-finals on Saturday, as they will be up against world number 2 Baek Hana Lee So-hee, who will enjoy home ground advantage. Earlier mixed doubles pair Tang Ji Yi-wei had no trouble defeating compatriots Goh Sun-hwat, Siobhan Lai 21-18, 21-11 after 34 minutes. The world number 9 pair is set to meet Zhang Qi Chen Xing of China next for a place in the final. Moving on to tennis, the 2024 US Open. Carlos Alcaraz Garcia's Grand Slam winning streak came to a screeching halt as the Spaniard was beaten by unseeded Dutchman Botic van der Schanschoop in the second round on Friday. World number 74 van der Schanschoop upset the 21-year-old Spaniard in straight sets 6-1, 7-5, 6-4, ending the French Open and Wimbledon champions' 15-match winning run at the majors. Van der Schanschoop will face Jack Draper of Britain in the third round on Saturday. In another match, former champion Daniil Medvedev was far from his best, but he managed to dispatch Fabian Marozsan 6-3, 6-2, 7-6 to reach the third round. The Russian will take on Italy's Flavio Cobolli next for a place in the last 16. In the women's events, Karolina Muchova knocked out two-time champion Naomi Osaka with a straight sets victory to cruise into the third round. The Czech showcased a flawless display of serve and volley tennis to clinch a 6-3, 7-6 win against the Japanese, and is set to face Russian Anastasia Potapova next. 2 burnt to death in 3-vehicle crash. The details when we come back.
Tema kita adalah K-pop.
I rasa penyamak sebab hari sah.
Sebab kami pun wanita cantik, suara pun tak sedap kan?
Kemampuan mereka diuji.
Dicipta bukan untuk bermegah.
Missing jangan dekat.
Tak apa kalau dia merajuk, I masih ada lagi, relax.
Pertelingkahan terjadi.
Engkau yang nak nyanyi tau. Ya. Tapi sayangkan ku
Saksikan Ahad ini 9 malam di TV3.
Dengan tripping ke?
Satu insulator pada menara tersebut telah pecah. Kalau kita nampak, memang kita dah tak nampak ada pun insulator tu.
Kerja-kerja hotman ni antara kerja-kerja yang bahaya dalam Malaysia. Apabila kita tersilap, kita boleh mendapat luka yang serius atau boleh membawa maut.
Untuk di pulau memang kita tak ada shift. Cuma kita dalam keadaan standby 24 jam satu hari lah.
Apa pun saya memang kena kuat demi tugas saya dan keluarga saya.
Welcome back. In Sabah, 2 sisters were burned to death in a 3-vehicle accident at a traffic light intersection near the Kota Kinabalu International Airport early Friday morning. The incident occurred around 2 a.m. involving 2 cars and a pickup truck. Based on initial investigations by police, the Perodua Azia carrying both victims was hit by a Toyota Hilux driven by a 22-year-old man. The impact caused the Azia to crash into another car, a Perodua Viva, before the vehicle skidded off the road and burst into flames. The charred remains of the victims were extricated by firefighters who rushed to the scene after being alerted to the incident. The bodies were then sent to Queen Elizabeth Hospital 1 for post-mortem. The identities of the siblings have not yet been released by authorities. However, they are believed to be in their 20s. The accident is being investigated under the Road Transport Act. The Immigration Department has dismantled an illegal agent syndicate involved in providing travel papers, visas and passes to foreigners with the arrests of 13 individuals. Its Deputy Director General for Operations, Jeffrey Mbok, said those detained were 11 Bangladeshi men, an Indian national and a local woman who is believed to be a company proprietor. Jeffrey said Immigration Department officers arrested the 13 individuals at 4 different locations in Kuala Lumpur, including Bandar Menjelara, Jalan Medan Tuanku, Jalan Tiong Nam and Jalan Cheras. A total of 530 passports, computer desktops, a laptop, printers, company stamps and other items were also seized by the authorities. He noted that the syndicate's modus operandi involved offering a range of services related to the issuing of illegal passports and passes to foreign nationals. These services included social visit passes, PLS, visitors pass, temporary employment, the Labour Recalibration Program 2.0 and visas. For each service, the syndicate would charge a fee of 500 ringgit. The syndicate is believed to have been operating for about a year. The detained foreigners were brought to the Bukit Jalil Immigration Depot for further investigation, while the local woman was arrested on suspicion of offences under the Immigration Act and the Passport Act. Nightline draws to a close this time around. To all Malaysians, Nightline would like to wish Happy Merdeka Day. I'm Liyana Hassanel. Thank you for tuning in and be well, Malaysia.